For over 100 years, America has been defined by its trucks. But in 2027, something is about to happen that hasn't happened since Henry Ford introduced the Model T, a brand new electric truck built in America, starting at just $30,000. And it's not alone. Another truck is coming that costs even less, backed by the founder of Amazon, built in Indiana, and arriving with over 180,000 reservations already locked in. Today, we're putting Ford's all-new $30,000 electric pickup against the Slate Truck, the most affordable electric vehicle in America, to find out which one is actually the better deal. By the end of this video, one of these trucks is going to change the way you think about what a truck can cost. Stay until the end, because number one might surprise you. Welcome to Automaster Drive, where we bring you the future of cars before they hit the road. If you love future cars, luxury rides, and the latest automotive innovations, make sure to subscribe to Automaster Drive and turn on notifications. Let's get into it.
The price comparison that changes everything. Price. The Ford midsize electric truck starts at approximately $30,000, built at Ford's Louisville assembly plant in Kentucky and targeted for customer delivery in 2027. The Slate Truck starts at $24,950, making it not just the cheapest electric truck in America, but the cheapest new electric vehicle, period. That nearly $5,000 gap might sound straightforward, but it tells two completely different stories. Ford is betting that a mainstream buyer wants a real, full-featured truck at an accessible price. Slate is betting that a growing number of American buyers want something even more radical, a truck so stripped down, so simple, and so customizable that it almost feels like buying a blank canvas instead of a vehicle. Which philosophy actually wins at the dealership? Let's find out. Two completely different companies, two completely different bets. The story behind each truck is as interesting as the truck itself. Ford is a 120-year-old company that has just written off billions in EV losses, rebuilt its entire electric vehicle strategy from scratch, and is now betting its future on a skunkworks team of former Tesla engineers running out of a development center in Long Beach, California. CEO Jim Farley has compared this truck's launch to Ford's original Model T moment, the last time a Ford vehicle reset what American buyers thought a car could cost. Slate is a brand new startup, founded in 2022, backed by Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, the same investor who previously backed Rivian, and assembled in Warsaw, Indiana. It's a company with no history, no legacy, and no dealer network, launching one of the most unconventional vehicles ever sold in America. One company has everything to prove after a decade of EV losses. The other has nothing to lose because it's never existed before. Which pressure produces the better truck? Platform and engineering. Two genuinely new ideas. Both trucks represent a genuine rethink of how electric vehicles are built from the ground up. Not just what they offer, but how they're actually put together. Ford's new universal EV platform reduces parts count by 20% compared to a typical vehicle, requires 25% fewer fasteners, and uses large aluminum unicastings borrowed from Formula One and Tesla's own gigacasting strategy. The wiring harness alone is over 4,000 feet shorter and 22 pounds lighter than the one in Ford's own Mustang Mach-E. The Slate Truck takes an even more radical approach. By making the exterior unpainted gray polypropylene from the factory and eliminating a traditional infotainment screen, power windows, and speakers entirely, Slate has removed the most expensive components of a modern vehicle outright. Both companies have independently arrived at the same conclusion. The only way to make an affordable EV is to fundamentally rethink what a vehicle even needs to include. The difference is just how far each one is willing to go. Range is where the practical difference between these two trucks becomes very real. The Ford $30,000 electric truck uses a 51 kilowatt-hour LFP battery on a 400-volt architecture, targeting real-world efficiency through its aerodynamic body. 15% better aerodynamic drag than any pickup currently on sale, rather than a massive battery pack. Official EPA range hasn't been confirmed yet, but Ford's own numbers suggest respectable daily use range at its price point. The Slate Truck confirms 205 miles of range from its 65 kilowatt-hour LFP battery, enough for daily commuting and weekend hauling, but less than most full-size electric trucks on the market today. For buyers who drive less than 50 miles a day, both trucks work perfectly. For buyers who need a truck that can go the distance on a job site or road trip, the conversation gets more complicated very quickly. Let's talk about how fast each one can refuel. Charging. One modern, one refreshingly simple. Charging is where the two trucks reveal their true audiences.
The Ford electric truck will support bidirectional charging, meaning it can power tools, a home, or a campsite directly from its battery, and is built with NACS compatibility for access to the Tesla supercharger network across North America. Ford's 400-volt system doesn't charge as fast as premium 800-volt EVs, but it charges faster than the average home outlet and costs significantly less to build. The Slate Truck keeps things simpler. A NACS port, 120 kilowatt DC fast charging that can reach 20 to 80% in about 30 minutes, and level 2 home charging for everyday use. No vehicle-to-home capability, no bidirectional power, just plug in, charge up, and go. Both trucks make a clear statement about their buyers. Ford is selling a truck that can do more things in more situations. Slate is selling a truck that does exactly what you need and nothing more. Which approach makes more sense for where you actually live and drive? What $25,000 and $30,000 actually feels like? Performance is not the reason either of these trucks exists, but the numbers are more interesting than you'd expect at this price point. The Ford electric truck targets a 0 to 60 time of 4.5 seconds, the same sprint as a Ford Mustang EcoBoost, which is genuinely quick for a midsize work truck at $30,000. Rear-wheel and all-wheel drive variants are both confirmed, giving buyers a real choice between efficiency and capability. The Slate Truck produces 181 horsepower from its single rear-mounted electric motor, with a 0 to 60 estimate in the high 7-second range. Slower than Ford, but entirely appropriate for a vehicle designed around urban commuting and light hauling, rather than performance bragging rights. At these price points, the question isn't which truck is faster. The question is whether you actually need more than what each one offers for the driving you do every single day. That answer leads directly into the most important category on this list: capability, towing, payload, and real truck work. This is the category where most truck buyers make their final decision, and the numbers here favor Ford clearly. The Slate Truck is rated to tow up to 2,000 pounds and carry a payload of 1,550 pounds, numbers that work well for light-duty hauling, a jet ski, a small trailer, or weekend gear. But for buyers who need to tow a boat, a horse trailer, or serious construction equipment, those numbers fall short of what most full-size and mid-size gas trucks offer. Ford hasn't released official towing and payload figures for its electric truck yet, but the universal EV platform is specifically engineered around utility. And Jim Farley's description of the truck as a Model T moment suggests Ford is targeting buyers who currently use gas trucks for real work, not just daily commuting. If Ford delivers towing figures that match or approach its current Maverick hybrid, it will own this category at its price point outright. The Slate is honest about its limitations. Ford is design and customization. Minimal versus conventional. Design is where these two trucks could not be more different, and where Slate does something genuinely unprecedented in the American automotive industry. Every single Slate truck rolls off the assembly line identical. Unpainted gray polypropylene body panels, no power windows, no speakers, no infotainment screen. Then the owner decides what it becomes. Over 200 accessories are available, from 50 core vinyl wrap colors at $500 each, to roof racks, lift kits, audio systems, and full SUV conversion kits that transform the truck bed into a 5-seat sport utility vehicle for around $5,000 extra. It's the automotive equivalent of buying a blank canvas. The Ford electric truck is conventional by comparison, a designed, finished vehicle with a full interior, modern infotainment, and traditional pickup truck styling, reportedly similar in size to the Ford Maverick. One truck is a statement, the other is a starting point. For a growing number of American buyers tired of identical vehicles, Slate's approach might be more appealing than it looks on the spec sheet. Technology and features, the gap that price creates. Technology is where the $5,000 price difference between these two trucks becomes very visible. Ford's electric truck will offer a floating touchscreen infotainment system with wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, Ford's BlueCruise driver assistance technology, over-the-air software updates, and bidirectional charging that lets the truck power tools, appliances, or even a home during an outage. The Slate truck ships without an infotainment screen, without built-in speakers, and without power windows at the base price. By design, because removing those components is precisely how Slate kept the price at $24,950. Slate offers a smartphone mounting kit and Bluetooth connectivity as add-ons, and a basic digital driver display is included. Both approaches are honest about what they are. Ford is selling technology at a price that used to cost $15,000 more. Slate is selling simplicity as a feature, not a compromise.
In a world where new cars have become rolling computers, Slate's stripped-down philosophy has clearly resonated. Over 180,000 reservations don't lie.
The verdict: America's affordable truck war has no wrong answer. Here's what we promised you at the very beginning. The Ford $30,000 electric truck is the better truck on nearly every conventional measure. More power, more technology, more features, more capability, and a brand with over a century of truck building experience behind it. But the Slate Truck does something the Ford doesn't. It proves that an electric vehicle can be genuinely, radically affordable without compromising on what a truck is actually supposed to do. $24,950 for a real American-made electric pickup truck, backed by Jeff Bezos, built in Indiana, with over 180,000 reservations already placed, is not a compromised product. It's a different philosophy entirely. For the buyer who needs a capable, modern, feature-rich truck at a price that was impossible 3 years ago, Ford wins. For the buyer who wants the lowest possible entry point into an electric truck with the freedom to make it exactly what they want, Slate wins. For the first time in the history of electric vehicles, American truck buyers don't have to choose between affordability and getting a real truck. They just have to decide what kind of truck buyer they actually are. So tell us, Team Ford or Team Slate? Drop your pick in the comments below.
If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, subscribe, and join the AutoMaster Drive community as we continue driving the future of cars together.